So in one of my videos, my good friend Cassandra asked me, Jen, can you do a 3 healthy dinners for $20 video? And I said, yes, I can. And so that's what we are gonna do today. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jen and I am a full-time working mom. I love to share lots of kitchen and other productivity tips here on my channel. So if you're not subscribed, which is about 35% of you, go hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So I've got my $20 and I've mapped out the 3 healthy dinners that I'm gonna make with just $20. I'm gonna be using some pantry staples, just things that would be common in a home kitchen. And it was kind of funny when I got this comment because my good friend Mindy over at See Mindy Mom actually just posted one of these videos. So make sure that you check out her video too. I'll link that down below when you're done watching this one. And I will also have all of these recipes along with the shopping list linked in a handy dandy printable. So make sure you check that out if you would like all of the recipes. We're gonna go into the store, but before we do, I also wanna say that healthy means different things to different people. But right now I am personally on a health and weight loss journey and I've lost 15 pounds in the last couple months. And so these personally are meals that I would eat right now. And so I'll also be including all of the nutrition information for them as well. So let's go. Eggs actually did come down a little bit in price. I see that they're $4.12 a dozen today, but today my meal plan is actually not going to include eggs. I am gonna grab a small container of sour cream that we need for the recipe. So it used to be that you could get the shredded cheese and the block cheese for the same price, but now this is actually the cheapest cheese at Walmart. It's $2 for an 8-ounce block, whereas the shredded is $2.22. Okay, so I checked the clearance bread rack and there was really nothing there that would work for me, so I'm gonna grab this wheat bread. So my plan for this shopping trip is to get all of the non-produce items first so I can see how much money I have left for those. I'm gonna grab 1 can of diced tomatoes and then 1 can of the mild diced tomatoes with green chilies. This is a substitute for Rotel, but it is about 40 cents cheaper. I need 1 pound of black beans and it looks like I'm getting the last bag. So I'm gonna grab a big red onion. I also need a bulb of garlic, cilantro. We're gonna grab 2 small jalapenos, 1 green pepper. I'm gonna grab 1 small zucchini, 1 lime, and a couple of tomatoes. Since we're talking about healthy meals in today's video, I'm also excited to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by Marlo. We all know that when it comes to our health and being on any type of health journey, good sleep is super important. Marlo is actually a newer company that comes from the founders of Brooklinen, and you guys already know how much I love Brooklinen. I've done several videos with them about their sheets, which are my very favorite, and no surprise, the Marlo pillow is my favorite pillow that I have ever used, and I'm not just saying that. It is 100% super supportive. I actually had a lot of neck issues and stiffness, and ever since I've been using this pillow, they are totally gone. The thing I like most about Marlo pillows is that they are one size fits all. So they have a zipper detail on each side that you can zip for a firmer pillow, or you can actually unzip them for a more plush pillow. So you can adjust without the mess like other adjustable pillows. And really, great pillows should not be a luxury or a novelty, right? They are a necessity. Marlo pillows are perfect for most sleepers. And again, they're super easily adjustable for your ideal comfort level. And the best part is that Marlo is having a President's Day sale. So you can save up to 30% off plus an extra 10% off for President's Day when you click my link. I'll have that link in the description box below and also as a pinned comment on this video. And bonus, you'll also get free shipping. There's no promo code needed. Once again, the discount is 30% off plus an additional 10% off for President's Day. It works out to be a crazy good deal. If you're looking to swap out your pillows or improve your sleep, now is the time while this sale is going on. Once again, no promo code needed. Just click my link in the description box below to shop Marlo's sale. So I ended up spending $18.94 at Walmart, which was like $1 under budget. So how awesome is that? Let me show you what I got. So I got 1 loaf of wheat bread. That's going to be for the tuna melts. I got some cilantro. The cilantro was looking a little, I don't know, worse for the wear today. So I tried to pick the best one that I could. That's going to be for several different recipes. I got a zucchini for the vegetarian enchiladas, a couple jalapenos, 3 Roma tomatoes for the tuna melts, a green pepper for the black bean soup, some russet potatoes. I got an onion, a bulb of garlic, 1 lime, a package of white corn tortillas. I got some sharp cheddar cheese, and this is going to be for the tuna melts and the vegetable enchiladas, and then we also have some sour cream. We got some diced tomatoes for the salsa that we're going to make, and then some Great Value brand Rotel, some black beans. We're going to cook these up first because those will take the longest, and we'll use them for several of the recipes, and then 3 cans of tuna for the tuna melts. So I'm going to go ahead and cook the black beans in the Instant Pot because you don't have to pre-soak them. You can obviously cook them on the stovetop too if you want to, but I've got my black beans in here. Basically, I rinsed these and picked through them just to take out any dirt or stones or cracked beans, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 3 cups of water. We're going to add half of our green pepper, a quarter of the red onion, 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to add 2 bay leaves, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm going to give this a stir just to make sure that the salt is distributed, and then we'll cook this on high pressure for 35 minutes. The great thing about cooking beans in the Instant Pot is that you don't have to pre-soak them. So typically when you cook a pound of beans that are dry, it will make about 6 cups. Which is about what these black beans made. So each one of these containers is 4 cups. So I went ahead and split it into half, 3 cups in this, which will be for the black bean soup, 3 cups in this, which will be for the enchiladas. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how to make one of the best salsas that you will ever taste. And bonus, it's super simple and super cheap. I'm gonna make mine in the food processor, but if you don't have a food processor, you can also use a blender. So in this bowl, I've got some cilantro, onion, garlic, and jalapeno, and I'm gonna put that in there first and just give it a pulse to kind of grind that part up a little bit. And then you're gonna add in 1 can of diced tomatoes. Don't drain it. You can also double this also if you want to. I'm gonna add the juice of half of a lime. And then in this bowl, I've got salt, pepper, and cumin, and that's it. So I'm just gonna pulse this again until it all comes together. You don't want to puree it. It's not gonna be like a salsa that way. It's gonna be more of like a picante or a taco sauce, but if that's what you prefer, you can do that as well. That's it. It's really that simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape down the sides. I will taste this for seasoning. Sometimes it needs a little bit more salt. Sometimes if it's like acidy, I will put a small, like a 1/4 teaspoon of sugar in there. So just adjust the seasonings how you'd like. And this is better after it sits in the fridge a couple hours, so you can definitely make this ahead of time. I can't remember how big of a container this is. I wanna say it's either 1.5 or 2 cups, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this salsa in the refrigerator, and then it will be ready for our chips when we make our black bean soup. So we're making black bean vegetarian enchiladas. In this skillet, I have a bit of the red onion that I diced up. I also added 1 tablespoon of olive oil just to saute everything. I added 3 cloves of garlic that I minced, and the rest of the jalapeno. And then I also diced up 1 zucchini. I just washed it, I did not peel it. And this is gonna be the start for our enchilada filling. I'm also gonna add the can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. I'm gonna add about 2 cups of the black beans that I cooked. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of chili powder, and 1/4 cup of diced cilantro, minced cilantro, I guess. I'm gonna season this with some salt and pepper. I'm gonna add just about 1/4 cup of water and then give this a stir. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a lid on this and let it simmer, I don't know, probably for about 10 to 15 minutes until the zucchini is tender. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a really simple red enchilada sauce with stuff you just have in your pantry. So in this saucepan, I just have 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is heating up over about medium heat. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour to make a roux, and this will thicken the enchilada sauce. We're gonna give that a whisk. Okay, so we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Half a teaspoon of cumin, And then I'm gonna whisk in 2 cups of water. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of this chicken bouillon to the sauce. Now, if you wanna keep this truly vegetarian, you can leave it out and just use salt, or you could use some of the vegetable stock base if you have that as well. Okay, I'm just gonna let this heat up until it comes to a simmer, and then we'll give it a taste to see if it needs any salt or any other seasonings. Here's how that black bean filling looks. It thickened up really nicely, so I'm gonna let it cool, give it a taste, and see if it needs any other seasoning. So to finish the enchilada sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat, and then we're gonna take our sour cream, and we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of that, and just whisk it in. Make sure you whisk it quickly with the heat off so it doesn't curdle. I've got a 9x13 dish here. This is what I'm gonna bake the enchiladas in, and I'm just gonna use a little bit of spray or cooking spray in the bottom of it. And then we wanna add a little bit of enchilada sauce to the bottom of the pan, and that's just gonna help keep the enchiladas from sticking. For the tortillas, we're gonna use corn tortillas, and really, I guess one of the traditional ways you can do this is to fry these in a little bit of canola oil before you stuff them, but that is gonna add a lot of fat and calories, and we're trying to keep this a little bit healthier. So the other option is to get some wet paper towels and then wrap a stack of corn tortillas in them, and then just stick it in the microwave for about 20 to 30 seconds. And that will keep them moist and soft and pliable so we can roll them with the filling. I'm starting out with 8 tortillas just to kind of gauge how much filling I have. I'll probably be able to make more than that, but you just wanna put, I don't know, I'd say maybe a 1/4 cup of the black bean filling, and then roll up the tortilla, and then go ahead and place it seam side down into the dish. I was thinking that I'll probably have 12 total, so 4 people, 3 enchiladas each. I think that's a pretty good serving. Now when I put these in the dish, when I make enchiladas, I try to put them a little bit apart in the pan, and that's just so I can kind of get a spatula in between there, and they're easier to get out that way. Okay, so I was able to get 12 enchiladas out of that. I kind of just fit them into the pan as I could. Now I'm gonna take the rest of the sauce and pour it over the top. Okay, so I've got 4 ounces of our cheese that I shredded up. I'm just gonna add that to the top here. And then we're gonna cover this with foil. I have the oven set to 400 degrees, and we'll bake this for, I don't know, probably about 10 to 15 minutes. Here are the vegetarian black bean enchiladas. These are so good. I snuck a bite off the end of one, although it is very difficult to get like good plating pictures of enchiladas. But I topped it with a couple tablespoons of the sour cream and some extra cilantro. Per 3 enchiladas, it's only 520 calories with 20 grams of protein and 13 grams of fiber. So pretty healthy, I would say. Okay, so for our next meal, we're gonna make tuna melts with potato wedges. So I've got my 2 large potatoes here. I just cut these into thin wedges, and I put them on a baking sheet, sprayed them with some cooking spray. This is avocado oil cooking spray that I always have on hand, or you could use whatever oil you have on hand. And then I season these with some seasoned salt. You could use salt and pepper, whatever you have. Make sure that you put these one flat side down on the tray, and then we'll flip them halfway through. It helps make them super crispy. So I'm gonna put these in the oven, 400 degrees for, I don't know, probably about 20 to 30 minutes total. We'll flip them halfway through. So against my better judgment, I did not put these on parchment paper. So as you can see, some of them stuck a little bit, but actually it makes for these little crispy bits. So, you know, not all is lost, but definitely use a better nonstick pan than I did, or, well, I thought this was nonstick, or use parchment paper. Okay, so for the tuna melts, we're gonna make some tuna salad. So I've got my 3 cans of tuna in here that I drained. I like to use a strainer to drain it just to make sure that I get all of the liquid out. I've got a 1/4 cup of mayo in there. And then I just took a tiny little bit of the red onion, minced it up, and put that in there as well. I just wanted a little bit of the flavor, but I don't want it to be too overwhelming. And then I'm just gonna put half a teaspoon of red wine vinegar, some salt and pepper, and then we'll mix this up and stick it in the fridge and let it sit for a bit before we use it. Okay, so let's go ahead and assemble our tuna melts. Obviously you can do these traditionally, kind of like a grilled cheese, and then you would put the tuna salad inside. I'm gonna do them open-faced because I feel like it, I don't know, to me it's like seems like you're getting more, and also you can put more tuna on it and get more protein. So I've got 2 pieces of my wheat bread here, just sprayed them with a little bit of cooking spray. You could also butter them or put margarine on them if you wanted to. And I'm just gonna toast these on one side and then we'll flip them over. And then we'll add a little bit of cheese. And we'll add some tuna to the top. Okay, and then we'll add a couple pieces of tomato. Here is our tuna melt. It's actually quite a lot of food. With the potato wedges. So overall this comes out to 650 calories, 43 grams of protein, which is fantastic. And I love tuna melt, so I'm very excited to eat this. Yum. Okay, so we're gonna make some black bean soup in this Dutch oven. I've got 1 tablespoon of olive oil, half of a green pepper that I diced up, the rest of the red onion that I diced up, and then I also added some diced jalapeno in there. And I've also got 3 cloves of garlic I'm gonna add into here. Okay, so I've added the black beans, about 4 cups of those, and 4 cups of water. Next, I'm gonna add half a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of oregano. Okay, and then I'm gonna add in half a teaspoon of chicken bouillon. Okay, we're gonna add some salt, pepper, and then this is just gonna simmer for about 30 minutes. So the black bean soup is done. I did let it cool a little bit because I'm gonna go ahead and puree a little bit of it just to thicken it up. Now, if you don't have one of these immersion blenders, you can just take some out and put it in a regular blender, blend it up, and then put it back in with the soup. Okay, I think that's probably about good. Obviously, you don't want to puree all of it. You just want to puree enough where, see how it thickens up. To go with the salsa with the black bean soup, I made some homemade tortilla chips. So if you've never done these before, they're super easy. You just take the regular corn tortillas, spray them with cooking spray, or you can toss them with olive oil or canola oil. Cut them into triangles or strips, however you want them. Toss them on a baking sheet. I bake these at 375 for, I don't know, probably about 15 minutes. Just kind of turn them over halfway through, and they make the best tortilla chips. They're also really good if you deep fry them in oil. Obviously, we're not doing that. This is a healthier video, but that is an option as well. Okay, so here's the black bean soup. I did add some sour cream and some chopped cilantro. You could also add some diced red onion if you wanted. It turned out super good. All I had to do was add a little bit of extra salt, and then we've got our tortilla chips here with the homemade salsa. So for the soup, it's 270 calories, which is really good. Only 4 grams of fat, 15 grams of protein, and 18 grams of fiber. And that's splitting that whole pot of soup into 4, so 4 servings total. And then for each 6 tortilla chips, it would be 50 calories, so you can just add that. And then stuff like salsa, I don't know. I mean, obviously this has calories in it, but mostly it's just tomatoes. So I don't always count it, but yeah. Super filling dinner for obviously very cheap and not a lot of calories. Pro tip, you can also dip the chips in the soup. I really enjoyed cooking all of these meals, and you can't go wrong with any of them. All of them were super delicious. If you guys want to recreate these meals, you can grab the shopping list plus the recipe printable in the description box below for free. So go ahead and grab that. And if you want to watch some of my other budget cooking videos, I'll have those linked on the screen right here. Also, don't forget to pick up your Marlowe pillows. They are on sale for President's Day, so make sure you grab that as well. I'll have that linked in the description box below. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.